came together as a coalition because we said we needed to sit down and really examine what's going on as far as the Sachs report and this grand jury investigation. And look at it seriously because this is involving our children and our accreditation. As a coalition, we are not trying to, right today, say who's right, who's wrong, anything like that. We said we wanted to focus on information and educate each other about what's going on. And the reason I say that is because when we ask people, how many people in here actually read front to back the Sachs report or the grand jury investigation? Put your hands up. Now, there's a lot of people who did not read this report. And I'm going to tell you what God loves. I'm going to tell you the truth. When I spoke with Sarah Wood, one of our board members, and we went back and forth, I asked her, did she read it? I'm here to tell you, no. Now, you can say whatever you want to, but as a parent, my child goes to Clarkston. When you tell me we're about to lose our accreditation, and our children may be going to school that is unaccredited, and if they plan on going to college, without that accreditation, they're going to have the hardest time getting in these colleges. We had to come together and decide to go over what's in this report. Everything set aside. We have to look at what we're really dealing with as parents, as homeowners, as taxpayers. Because like everybody not necessarily have kids in school, not everybody owns a home. But you better know this, whenever you buy anything, you don't get to go to the cash register and say, you know, I don't have no house and I don't have no kids in the school. So I tell you what, you take them taxes off that go to them two entities. I'm only going to pay taxes on the part I need to pay taxes on. We all have a vested interest in making sure, number one, that these children are first. We must put the children first. Second is the accreditation. Now, there's going to be a number of people who's going to go back and forth about the board this, the board that. With all due respect, it is our vote that hire and fire these elected officials. It is our tax money that pay them.
That's right.
You have on their required actions, you have 11 of them, that the board is supposed to answer to Sachs. You have one item on that, in that 11, that dates all the way back to 2011. The state gave them 1 month. Now, if we're in year 2 and they have not answered the question from 2011, what is the likelihood they can answer every one of them questions in a month? We should have had this meeting a long time ago. As employers of this government, they should have set us down and reassured us, don't worry, we are right on course to answer every one of those required actions. How many people have gone to a meeting like that yet? Raise your hand. Oh, wait, what kind of meeting? Yeah. Has any other staff in the headquarters had a meeting? Has any other board members had a meeting to explain to us what is a required action? Why are we having to do required actions? Why are we on probation from the get-go? How long have we been on probation or advisory? What does that mean? A number of us have not, I know I live up there half the time at the county more so than the school board. But we haven't had that kind of meeting. On the Sachs report, the first one, all of these reports that we have placed them online. you have a little small sheet in which we did a link. The reason we didn't print all of those out is because this is a grassroots movement, and with grassroots, you know what that means. We are very conservative on money. In other words, we don't have none right now. So what we did is we put the links on there, and you can go online, and all these documents you can download yourself. Anybody who's gone to college knows they used to sell these books called Cliff Notes. And in the Cliff Notes, they just gave you the highlights of any given topic or subject that you were studying. What we did is we went on these documents and we put them in bullet points. So if they were 20 pages, we tried to get them down to 2 or 4. And we tried to pick out the things that should cause any parent, homeowner, or taxpayer concern. We're going to start off with the 5 major charges alleged in the grand jury. I don't know, do everybody have, everyone have copies? Do we have any more copies of the 5 major charges? If you don't have a copy, if you have the small sheet, the little small 5x8 sheet, we have a link, and you can download all these forms and be able to read it and read on bullet points. We wanted to make it simple for you. Now, y'all gonna have to excuse me, you know, I have to put on some glasses. As I became older, my eyes started messing up. And in the military, they tell you don't even wear glasses. They call them birth control glasses. You weren't gonna get no play wearing some of these glasses like this, but you know, hey, I need to see. The first thing that we need to point out here is that grand jury investigation was a lack of regular background checks on employees. Now, they had a woman by the name of Bobby Ward that they hired at Cedar